Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm back with another review on Watch Darius TV. This is of The Boys, the season finale, season 3, episode 8, The Instant White Hot Wild. If you like this video, like, comment, subscribe, share the video, all that stuff. Let's start with the review. Okay, this episode was insane. I'm not gonna lie, it was a little average compared to most of the other episodes in this season. But the finale was pretty decent, I would say. It was okay. The episode starts with basically Ryan. He's basically just throwing a ball into the solar system, basically. And we end up finding out that Homelander finally finds him. Of course, with the help from Victoria, I believe. She's the one that helped him out to figure out where he was at. Mallory tries to intervene, but she can't. Basically, Homelander completely stops all of that. Homelander ends up sympathizing with Ryan. Basically unlike Butcher, who was angry at him over, I think, Becca's death, and he finally is able to get to Ryan and get him sort of to connect with him. So, we never really thought that was going to be able to happen, but basically, sort of Butcher is really mainly his fault for the way he acted to Ryan earlier in this season. So he just completely Homelander pushed Ryan right into Homelander's arms. Way to go, Butcher. Um, Homelander and Maeve follows rival over Queens. Okay, Homelander and Maeve's followers, they basically rival. I think, yeah, Homelander and Maeve, or I think it's Starlight's, their followers are basically rivaling. They're getting into it. These crowds are getting into it over Queen Maeve's location, trying to figure out where she's at. They don't believe that she's in rehab, so they're starting to figure something's going on here. They sedate Queen Maeve, but she ends up escaping. They're going to sedate her and bring her to a different location, so Homelander could, do what he was planning on doing, basically, trying to find some way to continue a legacy with Queen Maeve. Let's just say that. But luckily, she was able to escape, kill a couple of guards, and get up out of there. So good for Queen Maeve. Soldier Boy isn't so sure about if he wants to kill his son Homelander. You seem to have second thoughts. I had a feeling. I thought Ryan may have intervened. Well, yeah, I was actually right. I did have a feeling Ryan was going to intervene. We get into that later on in the episode, though. But yeah, I had a feeling that most likely Ryan was going to intervene when it comes down to Soldier Boy trying to kill his son Homelander. So yeah, Fritchie plans on drugging Soldier Boy with some sort of device he has. Some sort of he was able to basically create some type of roofie for like the soups basically. So he's going to use on Soldier Boy, kind of like what happened to him previously back in the past, what his original team did. So yeah, Frenchie is the man with the plan, creating bombs and all kinds of weapons. I love the way the team, every one of them has their own skill set. He can do the research. Frenchie and Kimiko are the muscle. Frenchie has the weapons, and basically Kimiko is a weapon. I'm not really sure um, what Huey does though. But anyway, I just love the way their team is set up though. Basically hates using violence on the stepdad. I forgot his name though. I think his name is Todd. He hates that he uses violence on him. But Frenchie says that he's the best man he knows and sort of cheers up over the whole situation going on with Todd. So I like that their camaraderie that they have, Frenchie and I love that. Also in this episode, has a Snoop T-shirt. Every episode he has a rap T-shirt. I kind of like that. Kind of I like that though. He has that. He has a chain on and all stuff like that. I like MM's look. I love the overall cast of this show. The way they look compared to the comic books, where they all have just black trench coats. I like the way how they all have their own individual style, their own look. I love that about the show. The cast of this show. Homelander, his talk with Starlight has basically been leaked, so now the public knows a lot more of his true feelings. He's been slowly unraveling with each episode in this season, so showing his more truer self instead of fake smiling all the time. So that's interesting. I guess they're going with a really Donald Trump type of thing with Homelander. Just he's starting to just be more open and honest with how he is, and people love it. So I guess that's what they're sort of the angle they're going for with Homelander in this season. Homelander basically has the Deep drown a politician. So basically, he ends up having the Deep commit his first murder. So I know that the Deep was not prepared for that, but he ends up doing it. He's basically now the Deep is essentially Homelander's errand boy. He just does his bidding for him. This was all, of course, I believe, for he did this for Victoria, since Victoria helped him find his son. she ends up taking this pod. He ends up having the Homelander take out. He ends up having the Deep take out a politician so Victoria can become the new VP. So basically, Homelander and Victoria seem that they're going to be working together, two powerful forces. Black Noir tells Homelander they have to kill Soldier Boy after he comes back, and they finally embrace and sort of become cool again. Superman and Batman, I guess. Butcher knocks out Huey after saying that basically looks like Lenny. I guess he was trying to basically protect him from this whole mission that they got going on with Soldier Boy going after Homelander. He felt that he wanted to protect um, Huey over this and probably possibly have him not to use any more V24, which could probably kill him. So, at first I thought Butcher didn't care really, but it shows that he actually does care in his own twisted way. He does care about Huey. I don't know if he would care about Huey as much if Huey didn't remind him of his little brother, so, to each his own. A-Train, speaking of siblings, A-Train's brother, he basically, we find out he loses his ability to walk. While A-Train now is back to being able to run. That's pretty ironic, A-Train wasn't able to even run in this season because he could have had a heart attack where his brother was able to walk. Now after this whole ordeal happened with Blue Hawk, now the brother can't walk, but now A-Train can run. It's the irony of that. I love the irony of the boys. Just certain stuff they do like that is just ironic. Um, and he also ends up getting his blue suit back. He finally got rid of that whatever suit he was trying to do. I feel like if he was trying to, I don't know, connect more with the black community, I would thought that he would probably get like a black, green, and red type of suit. Maybe go for Africa, or maybe just a black suit or something like that. I don't know what garbage suit that they have with that multicolored look. I don't know what he was going with that, but I'm happy the blue suit is back though. Super dope. A-Train wants his brother to train him again. His brother finds out A-Train basically killed Blue Hawk, and he isn't happy about it, and he tells him to leave. He wanted Blue Hawk to be brought to justice, even though he most likely wasn't going to anyway, but that's what he wanted. Now, it's been said that Blue Hawk is sort of now looked at as like a martyr now. He's looked at as a hero. He died because of Soldier Boy and stuff like that, but really we know that A-Train is the one that killed him, so basically that his whole plan sort of just backfires, and now his brother has nothing, wanted to have nothing to do with him. So now it's just A-Train. He also suffered from irony. He has his career back again. He got his powers, stuff like that, got endorsements, everything, but in exchange for the loss of his brother and his brother being able to walk. So it's messed up, But A-Train sort of got almost everything he wanted, Starlight tells Huey V24 is fatal. And Huey sees Butcher. He says that Butcher saved him. Huey shares story of his dad and finds what strength is, and they basically reconnect. So basically, he's able to connect with Starlight. Their relationship gets back to normal again, and now Huey understands what strength really is from the story that he shared with her with his father. Instead of him feeling that strength comes from having superpowers and getting angry and hitting somebody and stuff like that, he finds what strength really is. So his storyline comes full circle. Now he's done with all that, want to have powers and stuff like that. He's done with that now, I guess. So then basically they end up reconnecting with MM. He's in an apartment with Queen Maeve after she escaped and stuff like that, and she's wearing one of his shirts. Completely got her feet up and stuff like that. He's completely disturbed by Queen Maeve. Got her feet all up at his, at their place and stuff like that. And then Queen Maeve, I don't know why she keeps constantly dissing Huey for. She says that it's like a neon. You have a neon sign. It's like you have a neon sign that says "Raw dog me on my bottom." That was man. I don't know why she keeps constantly tearing him up like that. I don't get it, but she's always insulting Huey for some odd reason. I don't know what that came from, but she goes in on him really hard. And the other season, she called him all kinds of names. So yeah. Then we find out Queen Maeve tells Starlight that her LGBT hashtag was basically able to help Queen Maeve out and her, being locked up and stuff like that. So basically, Starlight helped Queen Maeve. So that was pretty good. Yeah, to let people know that basically she's not in rehab. She's actually being held against her will. Kimiko and Frenchie talk. The episode that I watched, I didn't have no subtitles, so I didn't understand what they were talking about. But I saw I saw the scene on YouTube, and basically she was mad at him doing cocaine. So she gets on him about that. She's not happy. Forget about all that excess noise in the background. But anyway, she's mad at him basically for doing drugs and stuff like that, and gets him to stop basically. So that's pretty good. Starlight tries to clear out the building, the vault building. MM says that they should stop Soldier Boy before he ends up getting to the vault tower. And Butcher, Huey wants to save Butcher. So there's a sort of a different type of dynamics going on here. Starlight wants to clear the building out. MM is basically he's so focused on trying to get to Soldier Boy because he wants to get his revenge, and he wants to stop him before he gets to Vault Tower, and also stop Butcher too. But Huey wants to save Butcher because he feels he's worth saving. So it's just everybody has different type of viewpoints as to what they want to do. Soldier Boy and Butcher, they basically share stories of their upbringing, stuff like that, the type of fathers they had. Soldier Boy talks about how he became a hero, and they both basically had bad fathers. This is, Soldier Boy's father basically didn't respect him or anything like that, didn't feel like he was a true hero. Soldier Boy tells Butcher he looks at Homelander as his son. So basically, he's sort of showing signs that he really doesn't want to hurt Homelander. And, that's what he's saying for now. But we know that they end up changing, they completely subvert our expectations in this episode. So I'll get into that later. But Black Noir tells Homelander that Soldier Boy is bad. Homelander doesn't want to believe it because he look at it as this is his dad, and he wants to have a relationship with him. Homelander is thinking about not killing him. Homelander says he can see Black Noir's face through his mask this whole time. And talks about how his face really looks and is disfigured, just kind of pretty dark. Just what he was saying, and question him about his dad. Questions about did you know about my father this whole time? Which Black Noir did know, and basically Homelander ends up going full injustice on Black Noir. And anybody knows Injustice, when Superman punches through Joker, that's basically what Homelander does to Black Noir. Just punches right through him. Just, wow. Basically, so now we officially know that basically Black Noir is not going to be a Homelander clone. We kind of already knew that, though, but it's just now is for sure. I didn't think they were going to kill off Black Noir. Best character on the show, man. I love A-Train, but definitely I love seeing Black Noir work. Man, he's done. I believe that he's not completely dead. He's such a cool character. I just don't see him dying off like that. But I get a feeling he might come back. But it's like, dang, man, he really did Black Noir like that. Frenchie stands up to Butcher, when he tells him to shut his cake hole. So basically, Frenchie is tired of, them pushing. Frenchie and Kimiko are tired of Butcher just basically bullying them around, pushing them around, ordering them around. So they're like, hey, you're not going to take this anymore, and all this other stuff like that. Butcher could care less. He's still going to bully them around if he wants to, but but that's their way of standing up to the boss, I guess. Queen Maeve tosses Frenchie's basically his drink weird roofie device out the window, and then she ends up breaking MM's gun, and she proclaims that basically we need to focus on Homelander dying. Forget about Soldier Boy. We need to focus on all teaming up to fight Homelander. She completely betrays Starlight, and Butcher makes them all get into a safe as him, Queen Maeve, and Soldier Boy leave to go stop Homelander. So yeah, that's how that is. And then Homelander now makes like I said, he makes the Deep his errand boy, kind of like sidekick basically, and has him do a kill. He's basically, I feel like Homelander's now officially running the Seven like Suge Knight. Basically, he's just doing whatever he wants. He bossing them around, just making their lives utter hell now that they're stuck there. He makes Ashley take off her wig, and then basically just completely disowns the whole team and says that they were all better than Black Noir. He was kind of a bit of a hypocrite when he tries to tell off A-Train about killing Blue Hawk. He said, how can you kill your own? Even though he just got done killing Black Noir. So just, Homelander is just completely a madman, basically. The boys basically in this episode have to work together to stop Butcher. It kind of reminded me of the end of the way the comic books ended. Spoiler alert, if anybody read the comic books. The way how the boys, they all have to team up to stop Butcher from unleashing Compound V into the world. That's sort of what that kind of reminded me of, the way how this episode was going. So I kind of like that. Frenchie has planned to basically break into Vault to get a drug to basically create to stop Soldier Boy. Frenchie ends up getting V24, so he ends up getting that. But that was his plan, was to break into Vault Tower, create this drug, and to stop Soldier Boy. So that's his plan. Crazy plan, but he decided to go all with it. Homelander and Soldier Boy they face off finally again. Homelander brings out Ryan this time. Soldier Boy still finds Homelander to be completely weak even after he brings out his son. And Butcher and Maeve basically team up to stop Homelander. Ryan ends up zapping Soldier Boy to stop his to save his father, and he is becoming yeah basically he ends up Ryan zaps Soldier Boy to stop him from hurting Homelander right when they were close to killing Homelander. I noticed that basically Ryan is starting to become similar to like Tariq from that TV show Power. Basically, he just completely is just a kid that's screwing everything up. It reminds me also of that kid from that TV show The Strain that was on FX. There's always a young kid on every TV show that just completely messes up the plot. And I always see that that's what Ryan is. He just completely screwed up everything. They could have stopped Homelander, but I guess they didn't. He didn't want his dad to basically get blasted. Soldier Boy hits Ryan, and Butcher has basically gotten tired of Soldier Boy after Soldier Boy also hit Huey in the previous episode. So at least Homelander does care about Ryan, so that's good. He seemed to care about somebody. I give him that. Now Butcher and Homelander are going to team up against Soldier Boy. Now after everything that they did to get Soldier Boy, now they're sort of teaming up to stop him. So that's how that is. But instead, Queen Maeve and Homelander they completely face off as Butcher instead ends up fighting Soldier Boy, and then MM and Starlight they hop in to help. So basically, Queen Maeve, Homelander they're just going at it, and it's a pretty dark fight. It's a lot better than what happened to Queen Maeve in the comic books. That's for sure. Anybody that knows about that. But they face off just a whole big blowout fight. Kimiko was back. She got her powers, and she completely just kills off a whole bunch of shooters in a vault tower while Frenchie is basically cooking up his knockout drug gas thing, whatever he was making. I thought it was kind of cringy seeing her listening to music while killing off the guards. I thought that scene was a little cheesy, but I'm happy she got her powers back and she's tearing through everybody. I love seeing Kimiko do her thing. Frenchie think about Frenchie and Kimiko together. Frenchie gets wounded and but he ends up finishing the drug, so that's good. Huey gets Starlight to basically use her powers and stuff like that to light up and have energy and do whatever it is she was doing to power up. She hovers up, so I guess she's showing that she might possibly have flying powers like she did in the comic books, and all of that just to basically knock down Soldier Boy. That's about it. Is Kimiko and Starlight holding back? Basically, he used that to knock him down, so it wasn't a whole lot much. It didn't really do much to him, but it did knock him down, so that's good. That was enough to get Starlight and Kimiko to hold him down so MM could put the mask back over him again, kind of like his original payback team did to him. So they were able to sort of temporarily stop him. Stormfront flies. Queen Maeve ends up instead flying Soldier Boy out the building as he nukes. So we believe that Queen Maeve ends up dying, but she doesn't. He ends up completely nuking. She did stab Homelander in the ear, which is kind of weird because I thought Homelander was bulletproof, so I don't know how a piece of steel really messed his ear up. That was odd, but I'll go with that for now. Ryan now ends up joining Homelander, so basically sort of like the reverse of how season 2 ended. Where Ryan ends up going with Butcher. Now it's reversed around. Butcher passes out from all that V24 in his system. They end up finding out that Butcher only has 12 to 18 months to live. I know that's not going to happen. They're probably going to mess around and give him Compound B in the next season or something like that, but I know he's just not going to die off. I just know that's not happening. MM tells his daughter about Soldier Boy and about how not all heroes are good and stuff like that, so he sort of explains this new world to his daughter that, hey, not all these guys are really good. After her basically being pushed to go to these Homelander conventions by Todd, he's explaining to his daughter, hey, these people aren't all that good. So at least he was still able to have a relationship with his daughter despite Todd doing what he's doing. And like I said, Queen Maeve survives, but now she has no powers. And she's back with her lover, and they basically go into hiding. Queen Maeve never was able to fly like how she did in the comic books. I hated that. I always wanted to see her be able to fly like she did in the comic books, but it is what it is. But I believe that now Starlight can fly. Now I think that most likely Starlight might be able to fly. She might end up getting that powers because she hovered in this last episode, so she might be able to fly soon. Ashley finds out Maeve survived through video, but she decides to delete it, so Homelander doesn't find that out. That's a best thing that she's done. Like I said, ignore all that background talk. Anyway, Soldier Boy is basically he's contained again, so hopefully he won't get out, even though we know he most likely will. The Deep's girlfriend breaks up with him. I thought she probably would have ended up dying this season, but instead she breaks up with him, and now she's on talk shows, basically airing out his business. And for some odd reason, the Deep has a picture of him and Homelander in a room, like a portrait of them together. I don't know what's up with that, but it seemed like the Deep they got some type of sidekick relationship with Homelander, so I don't know what's going on there. So that's kind of odd. Anyway, Starlight tosses her old suit out, and basically she plans on joining the boys. I find it really weird and unusual, and she don't look like she fits in with the boys at all. To me, it kind of feels like almost like Barbie joining the GI Joe. Just she don't look like she fits in with this team at all. I'd rather her be, help them out every now and then, but them actually teaming up together just doesn't feel real to me. I personally don't, but it is what it is though. Also, we see he has a Tupac shirt on, so that was dope. Rest in peace, Tupac. Victoria, like I said, she becomes the VP, and basically now she's on the boys' hit list. She's the new one that they have to stop. This is going to be interesting because they're fighting somebody that don't even have to put their hands on them. She could just think about killing them and they're dead. So this is going to be interesting. Homelander's followers are basically now sort of like Stormfront and Soldier Boy's racist followers now. So, or maybe they just all team up together because I saw some Storm Chasers in there. So I'm guessing they all are just throwing a mix together and be a part of Homelander's following now. I would say I guess they're like Trump supporters. I don't know. Homelander ends up, he's in a crowd talking to his crowd, stuff like that. Some idiot decides to just throw like a can at Ryan, and Homelander just blasts the guy's face off. And basically, the whole crowd is happy for Homelander to do that. So now he's able to finally be his true self out to the media. So there's nothing holding Homelander back at all. Plus, he has a powerful son on his side. He doesn't have a team, but he has a son, so this is pretty interesting how this is working out. Ryan is basically sort of becoming like the next Brightburn, basically. This kid is going to be completely just, he seemed like he's following in his dad's footsteps, and he's not changing this time around. This time look like this is who he is. He's not going to go to Butcher's side again. This is who he is now, so this is interesting. He might change later on in the series, though. When he realizes his dad is evil, then he might change. But most likely, this is who he's going to be for the next couple seasons, probably. So now the seven is broken down to just Homelander, A-Train, and the Deep. This is weird. This is a weird little trio team, I guess. So I'm assuming most likely next season there's going to be more members of the seven joining in. Maybe the guy that was like Martian Manhunter that was in the boys, he might join in. Who else? I don't really know. I don't know too many else, but I know that's the only other person from the comic books that hasn't been on the show, I guess. But the definitely team is going to have to expand more. So I always wanted to see that the Payback team, I always wanted to see them sort of truly have a more of an Avengers feel to it. I always wanted to see Soldier Boy, that little termite guy, Eagle the Archer from season 2, Stormfront, Crimson Countess, and Mindstorm. I wish I could see them all together as the original Payback team, because they're supposed to be based off of the Avengers. These characters sort of like them, so I always would have loved to see that team together, but unfortunately never got a chance to see that. They sort of spread everybody out, so that's how that is. But this season was really good. I wasn't that crazy about the finale, but I think it was pretty good. I don't really have too many predictions, but I definitely believe that Ryan is going to stay with Homelander. Is going to do some evil stuff. They're going to bring some more members to the Seven, some new